The canopy is going to come all the way down in the front.
Yeah.
So that batten in the front is going to be like 5 feet lower. And it can't do that right now. So once it's all the way down, I can actually walk over the bottles.
Okay.
But when it's up, I'm kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I can move and step over, but I have this wire for the bioluminescent scene, and it gets stuck to the bottles. And sometimes it breaks the wire, and then I have to repair the canopy. So I couldn't really move. I couldn't really go anywhere. I just kind of stand there and do a little bit of this, or mostly talking.
Yeah, I mean, I
logistics at that point.
Create motion by camera movement, but I did include. Yeah. I'm going to close the door so there's no yelling children.
Yeah, yelling children. I'm really warm, man. It's nice. Nice to be warm.
But I was able to pull those. Couple videos off the website of like the hands in the water and the bell, so I put those in. I sent you that.
I saw that. I really like the first thing that you assembled, but I think it's not gonna like speak to people with children in this area.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Kristen
They're going to be like, well, how is this going to engage kids?
Exactly, yeah. It was,
that's, I think, the main thing.
And that's part of why we're trying to get some,
Which I want to challenge that, because I don't want to make the, hey, now we do this kind of show. It's very different. It's going to challenge them on a very different level.
Yeah.
So, I guess I'm talking to them as if they are adults.
Well, yeah, as if they
and they are
listening. And
in a sense, just because they're small and have really cute voices, you don't have to also be small and have really cute. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to change.
You can talk about a serious matter or
present
something in a more.
Yeah. So one thing I really like about this piece is that I got to develop it. To some degree with elementary school kids from Peace Rose Montessori School. Mm-hmm. So they're involved, and so the things that they're saying, those are the things they're saying. They're not getting a script, So, in one section I did give them a script, so I wrote down a bunch of words. I collected all the words I could think of, and then I asked kids also, what does water do? Where is water? So all the qualities of water kind of assembled. And I took all the words that start with the same letter and then make an alliteration poem. Mm-hmm. And so the first few words are descriptive and the last one becomes a verb. A noun. So what is the first one? I don't know. Luminescent, luxurious lake. Something like that, right? I just make that up. Anyway, so it kind of assembles all the qualities of water, and then one of the words becomes a noun.
Yeah.
So I gave them that script to read, because I think it has a lot of words that they don't even know yet. So that's okay, right?
Yeah.
But they read it in such a beautiful way, in such a authentic way, right? Because what I want to do with the piece really is that I'd like people to look at water with the eyes of a kid again. Like as if you haven't already dealt with water for 30, 40, 50, 60 years, but you're just discovering it. And it's the first time you're getting in a pool, the first time you're like looking at a faucet, it's like, oh, what is that? How does that work, right? And so I go into some sort of experimental scenes with water sounds, and also video of water. Through like close-up photography and slow motion technology, you can really see how water spirals, and how it flies through the air, and how the little bubbles deform, and see how it behaves. And then we try to do this with our bodies as well. So I'm trying to bring an experience to them. That's always like, what do you want me to do? Be like water? It's like, yes, be like water. Right, but we're trying to feel or try to be like water. It's like you're learning about something by trying to become it.
Yeah.
So it's kinesthetic learning in a sense, and then therefore you have intellectual learning and you have questions, and then sort of that kind of cycle. And of course, I think an important aspect, particularly now that this sort of water pollution issue has come up in our community, that we do address that. I was always going to address it, that water is our most essential, one of the most essential components to life and health and happiness. So we need to make sure our water is clear, clean, drinkable, and has nutrients in it also. Because if you reverse osmosis filter water, which we are encouraged to do now to get some of the chemicals out that are being dumped into it, it's devoid of any kind of minerals, and that can actually leach the body and over time cause kidney disease and so on. So you need a certain water, a natural water, and so we're talking about that. And pollution is something that we grow up with. At least I grew up with it, and it's almost like if you grow up with something, it's the norm.
Yeah.
It's just what it is, and it somehow seems to work. But to really understand that there's an end to that, that cannot go on forever, or that there's a price to pay that you might not want to pay, or that's asthma or cancer or something like that. To really understand that takes a little bit more effort, I think, in terms of talking and thinking and discussing things.
Yeah, for sure.
So I have these, the scene also that shows various kinds of pollution that's very common. It happens every day, and affects our food and our water. So, and then hopefully, the piece is going to end with something that we do all together, because if we do something together, that encourages empathy, right, and open-mindedness, and the willingness to accept another human being rather than fighting it. A lot of these issues with pollution and water quality issues are based also in conflict and war and money making, of course. If we learn to open up to one another, I think that's very important. So, did you run out?
Yeah, you ran out of video, but I'm not sure how much I got.
I had a feeling maybe it's not running at all. I have video too, but it's a little from below, like shooting.
Yeah, well, I can.
We could continue with this guy if you want to set him in there, and I can. What I can do is I figured out how to upload stuff onto YouTube from my phone.
Okay, yeah, if you do that.
When I put this phone, I plug it into my laptop. It doesn't see it. I mean, it sees the phone, but it doesn't see the SD card.
Video, yeah.
For some reason. So what I have to do in order to get the SD card, I have to take the phone apart. But
yeah.
I can do that if we need to.
No, well, if you upload it to YouTube...
It's still running. It should be.
Then that, I can easily, if you share that...